right, welcome to Matters Arising. Today with me is Okafor and Philip Adu-Odogu. You guys are welcome.
Thank you. Good afternoon.
Nigerians' political space look to be like a theater of acting. You know, in France, you call it a theater of dreams. But our own is like a theater where you act movies. Okafor.
Yeah,
I know you to be in that movie space.
Yeah, of course, I'm a producer.
Our man in Edo State looks to be like a...
But fire, what is it called?
Fire Me
told us that Nigerian politicians are actors. That what they do is theater. What you are looking at is just theatrical activities. You know, just that people take that serious. That is the pain.
And also the policies they make affect people in real life.
In real life, and those are real issues. Those are not. They are not comedies.
When I listen to Philip, when I listen to Governor Peter Umba of Edo State, he said PDP gave them a platform to which they ran, and they are where they are today. All of a sudden, they have thrown away that platform, and now they've jumped ship to another platform that they don't even know if these thoughts are well positioned. I mean, did you just jump that? Because I'm trying to picture the whole drama thing, because it unfolds from one state to the other. Yes.
Now we need
so Peter Umba, you know, if Fire had told us what the Nigerian politician does is to act film for us to watch, to entertain us. So Peter Umba had just reaffirmed that, and somebody commented that the only reason Peter Umba is acting the way he's acting is because he has certificate issues in the previous election, and that what he thinks that has played out is that the issue is very serious, and he doesn't want to be caught unaware, so he joined the foray to act the drama of the jumping ship.
Okay, all right. I also saw Chimes Sullivan, the former governor of the state before Ugwuanyi took over. He came out and said that it was time to make sure that they all leave PDP, and he was commending Peter for leaving PDP. But not to talk about that one too much. Okpebholo on the news again. The last time Okpebholo was strongly on the news was that he said that a new sheriff is in town, that Peter Obi cannot come to Edo State without telling him.
Yeah.
But this one now is not about Peter Obi anymore. It's about Asiwaju himself. He said, if you don't have this kind of cap I'm wearing, if you are coming to ESCO meeting, don't come. Benin people don't really wear that cap. I'm not trying to base it on tradition or whatever, but you see, in Edo State, I'm from Edo State, that cap is not our traditional cap that we wear. We have caps that we wear. We have the Benis in Edo, we have the Ishan in Edo, then we have the Afemai in Edo, then a little bit of Yoruba, which is at the tail end of Edo, then we have the other tribes in Edo that have that cap is not
Did you just say
us.
that Okpebholo on the news again? Okpebholo said that you must wear this cap or not? Is that what he said?
Yes. He said if you don't
Who is Okpebholo before? What do you know about Okpebholo? Okpebholo is the monitor, is Tinubu monitor that is monitoring Edo State. Okpebholo never told you the cap is a traditional cap in Edo State. The cap represents his master, the president. And without the master, there shouldn't have been the appointment today. That's what he said. So, referring to Edo State, whether it's traditional, the cap is traditional to Edo State or not, is immaterial to Okpebholo. What Okpebholo is concerned is that he's doing the bid of his master, and for the master to know that he's here representing him, the cap is one of the symbols, so that when you're coming to the classroom, you know, you should wear the cap, because you know the duty of the class monitor is to ensure that the student comply with the teacher's instruction. So that's what Okpebholo is doing in Edo State.
Okay, while we just hold on Okpebholo a little bit, there's a news flash where Governor Diridoye of Bayelsa State has finally dumped the PDP and gone to the APC. Well, we talked about theater.
Has he gone to the APC? He said he has not mentioned that.
No, he has not mentioned going to the APC, but he has resigned.
That's what I'm telling you. That's what I said.
But he said going to APC.
Where is he going?
Let's wait for him.
He has resigned.
Come on, this people, as it is, we can easily predict where they are going.
Well, he has resigned. We know, but let's wait. He said he has resigned from the PDP with his 23 lawmakers, including the speaker.
Now,
so where are they going?
My question is
what it is that Bayelsa is without a political party at the moment. So what the people in government in Bayelsa State today, there's no party in government in Bayelsa State today. They are independent governors and independent lawmakers.
No. Now we have what you call separation of power in a presidential system of government.
Just going away. You see, you should be concerned with what is happening in Nigeria today. That's only in Nigeria that we have. This is democracy rule.
So I should leave presidential.
Forget those things. We are having a new dimension in Nigerian politics.
We define democracy.
Yes, because we have not had it before or read it anyway that in democracy people can be government without partyless.
Not even only
they are partyless, but they are government. They are not military government.
The whole local government chairman are moving. The whole House of Assembly member are supposed to be divergent. Some are PDP, some are APC. Everybody. When the legislature and the executive become one fused government together.
Okay, now you see, even though judiciary, legislature, executive are different arms of government, they are all supposed to be working cohesively,
in tandem together,
lawfully for democracy. You know what? We've had a case in the past, a precedent where the courts ruled that the vote actually belonged to the party. Do you understand? How did Amechi come to power?
That is the ruling of the Supreme Court.
How did Amechi become a governor?
It has a result of party, not
do you understand? So now, if the vote belongs to a party, when somebody is in between party, under what vote, under what mandate, how is that working out? You see, we need to really assess whether we have accepted democracy as our means of governance. We really need to search our hearts. You know, I've said it times without numbers that they say, no, leave party, performance. You can't, when the foundation is wrong, there's not much you can do. Diri is already in the second tenure, right?
Yes.
So what is it that is chasing him? What is it that is so bad in PDP that none of these persons can wait and work, even though not to present a candidate in 2027?
No, what
you can build back better.
Yes.
No,
what launch for some
what
time.
Diri cannot wait for is that if Diri remains in PDP, he cannot attract more federal, patronage to Bayelsa State.
What patronage? Like
what patronage?
Like
Obewole said it in Delta.
Like
they
what?
are now that they are not in the same in the ruling party.
like what?
So you ask them.
Philip, Philip, let me ask you a question.
Yes, ask me a
what
question.
has Oboriwori attracted federal presence to Delta State?
What do you even might be my federal presence?
Exactly, that's number one. Number two, the money that he received from federal allocation and the IGR he gets, what has he used it to do in Delta State?
I'm only responding to
No.
I'm coming to that. I'm only responding to the question he put before Diri. What is it that Diri is looking for? What is it that he cannot manage within PDP that is making it to move? I just told him that the only reason why they are moving, because Oboriwori was the first to move, is to be in entitlement with the federal government so that they can attract more.
I think
that's where your question comes in.
Okay.
Has the allocation to Delta State
what is wrong with these people? I want to borrow your word. What is wrong with these people?
I think
something is wrong mentally.
I think Bayelsa is looking forward to where everybody will be coming to the council meeting with Asiwaju. You know, like it's not a law in Edo State. So Okpebholo says, I will not forgive you if you don't wear this cap, except you are putting on suit. So the people have to choose now. Either they put on suit like you, or put on the cap and wear our normal traditional.
So what are people who wear Benin attire or Edo attire?
You must
wear
wear
the
the
cap.
cap. The only exception is suit.
Is suit.
See, you have to see the words of the governor is an executive
I've
order.
asked you didn't answer me. What is wrong with these people?
The words of a governor is an executive order. Our subsidy was removed by the words of mouth. If you disobey Okpebholo, he will not forgive you. He has said it. So you got to know that. See, the truth remains that these people think Nigeria is a laboratory of theater. They don't understand that their actions does not only affect even their tenure. It goes beyond their tenure. Whatever you do now, it's going to be a precedence. I mean, we once had Ministry of Happiness in Imo State, and at that time, we were all laughing about it until the next person came and we found out that in Nigeria, somebody that was fourth could become first. A lot of things are piling up, doing those things. And at a point, we begin to forget that the essence of governance is for the people. Security of life and properties, security of our welfare, whether social security or physical security. Whatever it is that we are doing, we should feel safe doing it. None of these governors, let me tell you, the worst thing is that the other time you said no, people shouldn't only hold Asiwaju responsible because these governors have serious allocation with them. Plenty money with them. They don't talk about this security ravaging all their states. Insecurity now is almost all the states of Nigeria. None of them has run to Asiwaju and said there is emergency in my place. My farmers can't go to farm. My people can't go to farm. Edo, I can tell you this insecurity is ravaging that Edo axis. I'm very much aware.
I know. I mean, our bushes.
How did they get to burn the people that were traveling the other time? There was no security issue.
Do you know what is going?
His problem now is for you to put on Asiwaju cap. Not that Asiwaju is visiting. Maybe there is an event to welcome him as a solidarity. You put on his cap. You are ordering the commissioner to get a dress code different, denying them their fundamental right.
Then the commissioner in turn will tell people in their ministry that you can't enter the office.
And now,
until you wear your.
if it is successful in Edo State, any other state not doing it does not love Asiwaju very well.
You see, that's the extent of circumstances we have in this country. You are talking about insecurity and security. Do you know what is going on in Delta State right now? Other than the security vote the governor have every month, they are launching security trust fund in Delta State as we speak. It's ongoing. It's on live television. What for? Is that how to solve the security problem in this country? So I think when he said there's something wrong mentally with our government.
There's something wrong with the people in government, with the state governors, with the legislators. There is something wrong. You see, until we address and know that there is something wrong. If Philip, you can tell me what Diri is looking for, maybe let me listen to you.
Yes, you see, it's very interesting that Diri, who has constitutionally barred from running for election to be the city governor of to be elected to govern Bayelsa State, who's supposed to, as a matter of fact, be objective in his reasoning and decision, is the campaign. Maybe, just maybe, like Okafo, open yesterday, that don't forget that Governor Mahi, who is now Minister Mahi, the professor of plant engineering practicing from the University of
Lagos,
one and only professor of practicing from the University of Lagos Calabar Coastal Road, also played the same game in his last days as the governor of Ebonyi State. That he jumped ship from PDP to the APC, and he did run for the presidency and stepped down from Mr. President. Initially, he was rewarded with a seat in the Senate, and when the seat became so hot, they made him a minister. And thereafter, he was given a professor seat in practicing of engineering. So, what Diri could be looking for is that kind of. Diri has been a senator. He's now governor. This is his last tenure. So, if he jumps ship to APC today, and he works so hard like Mahi, and then the APC return President Tinubu to the office, maybe, I don't know his area of specialty, he will be a professor of that area
of practice
in that area too. So maybe that's what he's looking for. I don't know to be sure what he's looking for. But I'm very, very sure what he's looking for is not far from what Umahi got by doing the same thing.
But the governor of that's Cross River, Ayede, did not get that, though he decanted this almost at the same time too. Now let's come back to Governor Okpebholo. Now we've seen all the rumors that have been flying. Did he wants to move? Did he wants to move? Did he wants to move? It's no longer a rumor. It's now a reality. Now I want you to talk on the part before I go back to Okpebholo, on the part that Bayelsa, that has been a bane of or the home of PDP. They even produced a governor, a president. I mean, nobody thought that an Ijaw person could be a president, but by the string on the power of God. Now that same Jonathan is rumored to be coming out for the seat. Are you telling me that the governor, knowing that my brother, whatever, is coming as a president, then I will not move?
I think looking at the woes of PDP, I am looking beyond Jonathan. Truth remains that since Jonathan left power, he has not really been working strongly with politics. PDP. Yes. You know, he has been on the international scene and all that. Even during the primaries and all those things that produce Atiku and co, Jonathan kind of like stayed away in some form, not actively. And there is no guarantee that even though Jonathan is going to run today, that is going to be PDP. You know, because the blocks that is bringing Jonathan are more from the north. If they say no, we are not going with PDP, you have to go with your base. Jonathan's base is more like across Nigeria, not necessarily Bayelsa. But I can tell you one thing: if Jonathan is on the ticket, Bayelsa entirely, not Bayelsa, southeast is a done deal. It's a done deal for Jonathan. Forget about how many governors or senators or House of Reps, they will struggle to retain their own seat if they are going for the election. The wind you saw in Obi's election, the way the legislators in southeast, people that survived that Obi wind, they went for Thanksgiving. It's notice that none of them criticizes Obi. No, they don't go close to that.
And from what I noticed, my observation, a lot of them are aloof. They are not. Their legs are not.
They don't want to talk about Obi
because they don't know where Obi or what is.
They don't want to criticize Obi. They will tell you that until Obi is standing between me, that will not. I don't talk about somebody not in my presence. That's a work of fighting. You understand? So leave all this. This the campaign. It's damaging the structure of democracy beyond 2027. 2027 is going to be a candidate's thing. I can assure you.
It's not going to be a party.
No, it's not going to be a party. It's going to be a candidate thing. But this is damaging our democracy. The legacy we are going to leave behind as the way democracy should grow. Looking at the US where it's been practiced for years, looking at all other places. In UK, they talk about the conservatives, they talk about Labour. You see, they have identity. When you see a candidate coming out under Labour, you almost know the kind of government you are going to run. So that philosophy, we are damaging it. And each time we have to act at impulse on a characterization of individual, we have more work to do and stability becomes difficult.
All right, okay. Now the people in Bayelsa State, that's those that are holding elective posts, are partyless. We can see from now,
and it's not a crime because APC is the party expecting them.
Expecting them, okay. They have to live here to come here, so they are the middle now. Okay, all right. We'll keep on looking at what happens in Bayelsa. We'll be monitoring it. Now to Edo State, just a little bit of it. Yes. Okpebholo should be concerned about governance. Do you think that his lack of education is affecting his choice of judgment in most of the things he's doing?
I'm so surprised you said Okpebholo lacks education. Yeah, because how do you mean Okpebholo lack education? Okpebholo is doing very well. He has what it takes to become governor, and is the governor of Edo State, for crying out loud. I think what is playing out here, Okpebholo is doing the right governance in Edo State as it is right now, because you have to look at you have to feel the pulse of the system we are running, because we are not running a particular system of government in this country as it is today. We are running the APC system of government, and that is what Okpebholo is doing in Edo State, because it's only in APC system of government that is peculiar to Nigeria that this kind of thing could happen, that government appointee and government official could be given a dressing code to how to dress to office. Like you rightly pointed out, now that the commissioner have been given the marching order to dress in such a way to come to the office. The next thing is to water down to the civil servant, the workers in the various ministries, to also dress, because if the commissioner does not dress to suit the governor to the extent that he cannot be part of the ESCO meeting, then if I'm dressing a particular way to go to office, those under me should also dress to suit. It's hierarchy, to water down.
When has dressing become an intellectual thing?
That's what I'm telling you. It's the APC system of government. That is all they want to do. You see, it's only in this government that we find out that the only thing they know how to do is politics. They are not concerned with governance, because it's unheard of that in the second year into government, campaign has taken place long ago, and the main thing that we hear every day is politics. It's not about the economic has improved, the employment level, unemployment had reduced, there's food surplusity and things like that. Educational system has improved, stable, and the health facility they are top notch. No. The only thing we hear about that somebody is either defecting or a national chairman of a political party and the national legal advisor.
Our foreign reserve has increased.
Are fighting
with a lot of.
The only thing that is the data they showed that, and we also heard that they said foreign reserve has increased, but our borrowing, our debt profile today is over. It's in trillions.
And what we used to buy 165 naira, we buy it 940.
It's almost 1,000. It's 992.
Fuel has entered 1,000.
It has entered 1,000. NNPC increased to 992 yesterday. I told you, I bought it.
Okay, let me ask you a little bit further in that Edo matter, because I don't know how well informed you are in that.
Did it affect the aviation oil because of my private jets?
I thought you sold it.
We are talking about Nigerian matter. You are trivializing it.
He sold his private jet yesterday.
I didn't retrieve it back.
New one. You bought a new one.
You can buy private jet. It's not aviation oil that the commissioner of justice in Edo State, Osagi, has been removed. Now he has had a lot of troubles with. He was a two-time House of Rep member. He's an old dog in politics. He's an Oshomole loyalist. Then one of the first people that were put in there, appointed. He was one of those persons that was appointed, but at first he was suspended at the point. But yesterday he was removed as Commissioner for Justice and Attorney General of the state. Now, barely 1 year into the administration, he has had a lot of troubles. Now, of course, he's an outspoken man. He's a lawyer. Now, what I am looking at, there may be problem in Edo politics because of the way things are done. Do you see that problem coming?
It's only Edo politics.
No, I'm talking about their own internal issues.
When you domesticate it to Edo politics, what I'm saying is that Edo is a subsection of Nigeria.
Yes.
Your sins are not used to punish you until some other reasons are the reason to punish you.
Yes.
This age falsification and whatever falsification, in some forms, they will allow it fly. But they will not bring it to the fore if indeed they don't want you anymore for some other reasons. You understand? And such thing is not only in Edo politics. I don't think it's speculated.
No, it's not
speculated. So
now there's a reason I'm talking about the peculiarity of Edo politics.
State,
Now, from what we had in the last government, we had a Bini man as the governor. Now, what we have right now is an Isha man as the governor, and without. You can't tell me most of the juicy position in Edo State are enjoyed by the Ishan people right now. And to whatever way it is, before you win election in Edo State, you need the Edo South and one other area. Either Edo North, you have won an election in Edo State. Now, if the Edo South people are marginalized, are not giving position or not being involved in government the way they want to, there could be a lot of issues.
You see, this card is played across Nigeria.
Yes.
Do you understand?
Yes.
So if you Okpebholo knows how he won the last election. Benin is, though population in Benin is high,
yes,
it's a strong determinant.
Yes.
But you also know that it's not only Benin people that lives there.
Okay.
Almost everyone from Edo State have a strong representation, even in Benin there. Do you understand?
No, not even Benin. I think some of the places where you have the highest votes are from Orionwo,
Okay.
you know, where traditionally it's Benin people that lives there, you know, and all that. Well, maybe we should leave it alone and see how
he navigates over that. Yes. It's not peculiar with Edo.
No.
Once you have 2 zones, you are good to go.
It's not. And especially since they said the governor is a D7 governor, I wonder how he's going to, because I'm also hearing the rumors, these are just rumors, that he's falling out with his godfather, who is Ushomole, you know, and all that. We are yet to see all that, but we'll keep a tab on them and see how they go. All right. Finally, the Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, Nyesom Wike, has come out and said that I informed the president that I have some other things to do. I'm going to send a somebody to represent me, which is the Minister of State, to be at the Council of State meeting. I won't be able to attend because I have some other things administratively to make sure I conclude. Not on speculation that the candidate I brought was not chosen for the INEC position. Philip, Wike coming out to clarify.
Yes, you see, it's a good thing Wike came out because Wike has been on the news, you know, for the wrong really for some time now. You know, it is, you know, when the issue came up that Wike boycotted the Council of State meeting because his candidate was not chosen, everybody, and then other follow up by the fact that, oh, Wike is having issue with Tinubu and all of that, it would have been improper, considering the person of Wike not to speak on it, whether rightly or wrongly. You know, I'm not surprised that Wike has come to clear the air, but clearing the air is one thing, but what is actually happening is another thing. So Wike, you know, coming to say that what other engagement could be more important than the Council of State meeting, because he said they were, because of the other engagement, he now asked his subordinate, as it were, to represent the FCT. You know, it's also clear to people who were saying that Wike is not a member of the, you know, of Council of State, who were trying to defend him on that line, that why are we taking it as a, or why are they taking it as a major issue? Wike coming to state that, look, I took permission from Mr. President not to attend. It shows to those people that, yes, those who were saying that Wike do not attend the council of meeting because there's disagreement between him and the president, is a confirmation of that statement. Even though Wike has come to say that no, he took permission. Well, it's, you know, the issue is ongoing. Whether Wike had issue with Mr. President or not, in the future will tell, because there's every indication that the issue of the Florida properties and all the rest of them, and the pressure being marked on Mr. President to, you know, drop Wike, because Wike is not, you know, is becoming a baggage, a bad baggage to the government. It's there. So what do you expect Wike to say? To say that, oh yes, I had issue with Mr. President, so I don't attend, you know, the council of meeting, or because my candidate wasn't chosen. That you shouldn't expect that from Wike, but you should expect something from Wike, and that's what you got from him.
Now, Wike also said that I work for Mr. President in his speech when the rumors, because he was asked a question that since his candidate was not chosen, he said no, the president has the right to whoever he wants. But beyond that also, sir, is the fact that for the first time, Wike is praising his Minister for State, is praising other people in the FCT. It's not in the character of Wike to praise other people. Everything is about himself. What has befallen Wike?
Yeah, in the last 2-3 weeks, whether he accepts it or not. But let me give him the credit for coming out to make this statement, yes. Whether that's the actual thing happening or not. It's clarified a lot of issues, yes, and it was very nice. Especially, just like Philip said, people who were already defending him that, oh, what are you people saying? Wike was not even supposed to be there. You people don't know what you're saying. Yeah. Rubbish talking. Yeah.
Insulting person.
Now they have seen him come out to clarify that, so that he had to send somebody to represent him. Well, there could be some other reasons that can make him not to go. Health grant can be there. If somebody is not feeling too well, you are not going to expect the person to be there. outside things like health ground and all that.
He said he was doing some commission.
Yes,
that's engagement.
That's
other engagement.
But the engagement can be at going to hospital for checkups and things like that. But if it is other engagement concerning governance,
Yes.
I don't see Wike choosing those things instead of being in the Council of State where an INEC chairman's discussion is tabled. The Wike that we know. He said he didn't also say that he didn't recommend somebody to the president.
Exactly.
He said that it is not true that the reason why he's not in the meeting was because somebody he recommended to president was not taken. So had it been he came out to say, I never recommended anybody to the president. Then if Wike never recommended anybody to the president and he was at peace with who was nominated, I can assure you that Wike would have been there. He would have shelved all of that. What is it that Wike cannot change the timetable? Is it commissioning of projects? Is it flagging of a project? What is it that Wike can't change the timetable? Even not only in his ministry in Nigeria today. Because let me tell you why the arsenal against him is becoming higher. The real APC people that worked for Asiwaju are envious at the position where Wike is occupying in this government. Not necessarily being a minister of state, being almost the spokesperson, being almost the epitome of Asiwaju's government. Wike ran against Asiwaju against Atiku in primaries. He was to face Asiwaju if he had won. He suddenly joined Asiwaju in 2023. He made a promise that the next year I will unveil my candidate. It was in 2023 that he decided to join and work with Asiwaju. People had been planning this presidency thing with Asiwaju for a very long time. They were all of a sudden. So those set of people are not that happy with Wike. That's a fraction. There's another fraction who are angry about his appointment, even as the first Southern Christian to be FCT minister. Some people thought it's their prerogative or it's their right of certain set of people to be minister of Abuja, even when their distance of their village to Abuja and that of Wike to Abuja, that of Wike to Abuja is even nearer.
Yes.
But the highest distance from Abuja is not away from Abuja. It's not River State.
No.
So those set of people are underground looking for every fault on Wike. Do you understand? So any little thing they shout Wike, and also looking at the general economy. Instead of allocating farmland to your children, where we have high unemployment rate, that could be a farming scheme for the youth, a mechanized farming school to test from. We have agricultural students who are graduating from agricultural programs. There is a lot you can do with all this. Rather than being involved in scandal that certain farmland is allocated to your family, certain vast land, and this and that, and going. Just the other day, I was surprised when he was flagging off a project. He included that this project is also meant to solve unemployment ratio in Abuja. They are beginning to understand that government projects are also used to achieve secondary objectives. If building one bridge will cost $10 billion, for example, a very magnificent bridge where you don't have to drive or you have to all the way high to from airport to Federal Secretariat, and you look at this bridge, the foreign company that is going to do this project will cut the money away when they are done.
80%.
That is not the best project for us. Now we have unemployment. So they have to start considering that. A lot of people are saying, no, you couldn't have used 39 billion naira to renovate a conference center when our unemployment rate is skyrocketing. Even insecurity in Abuja is skyrocketing. One chance is skyrocketing. You couldn't have done that. Remember, they came out and said what was spent there is not more than, it's not more than 3 billion. So, imagine such arsenal coming again to see Showore saying, Wike, you bought a house in the US and you are a serving public officer. Where did you get the money from? So a lot. Wike has been going through a lot recently. So
you want to cry,
and now his purported candidate for INEC
didn't go through.
It didn't go through. I just hope he doesn't cry when he remembers this. He said when he remembers one Fubara did to him.
Doesn't be like that. On Wike's praise of his Minister for State, we've not seen him work with the Minister of State as much. You know, for
I think they just came in because of the subsidy of shying away. Let me tell you, if you can't be there, somebody has to be there. So not necessarily that you wanted them to be there, simply because you can't.
No, for him to praise,
yeah, it's part of the whole game. It's part of the whole game.
I know Wike is your uncle.
I'm surprised.
It's part of the whole game.
You are saying all of it.
I know it's your uncle.
There are this format where you need friends.
Is it material? Maybe you can tell us.
The truth is that the Minister of State and Wike, they are at par. You understand?
Yeah.
They are at par. You know, so Wike is not a more minister than the Minister of State. But in his establishment, there is decorum. And the Minister of State understands that, yes, he's the senior minister, I'm the junior minister. So I don't have to act in a way that would appear to the public to be insubordinate or to create a kind of, unhealthy environment within the FCT. The Minister of State is such a cool-headed person that wants this to happen. So whether they are working together well or not, it is not known to the outside. But I want to believe sincerely that there's a cordial working relationship between Wike and the Minister of State, because they are first among Wike is just the first among equal. They are just at par, like I said before. So Wike praising the Minister of State, it shows that yes, there's a cordial working relationship between the two of them, and that the Minister of State is not the type that want to measure height with him, and he has accorded him all the respect that he deserves. So he's coming to the public to make it know that, look, I have a cordial working relationship with my Minister of State, and there's no issue at all. And that is what we are seeing. That is why I can ask her to go and represent me in the Council of State meeting and other things. So it's normal. Because if you have a staff that is obedient and is doing his job judiciously, what else can you do to that staff than to sing his praises before the whole world?
Okay, no wahala. That's what we are praying for, that there should be a cordiality between the first and the second. And I'm just saying that in Wike's character, we've not seen him praising other people.
No, because the opportunity hasn't come.
No, hold on. Opportunity has come several times. For example, the other day he scolds people outside, and that's what we know Wike for. He was scolding the AMAC chairman the other day that he don't have the right to name streets.
And that's to tell you that they don't have a working relationship.
But constitutionally, the right of
street name is local council.
He could have called him inside and scolded him outside. Not in
if the street they name, if their street is of local council,
it's of local council, so
it's Wike that is what actually
misunderstood. Not only that, it's still praise
their streets.
Other people. It's good. Look, let me tell you something. One thing that is constant is change. If Wike change today and be a better administrator and someone that people will fall in love with him, I don't think.
But a lot of people are actually in love with him as it is. Also, what is also not too clear to Nigerians is that we have given this government a lot of money.
Yes.
What we were buying 165 naira, we are now buying, you said 1,000, which is fuel.
Yeah.
The dollar that was coming to us at the rate of say 360, 400, maybe at the time they took over, it's now 1.5. At the time it was almost 2,000.
Yeah.
So we are giving a lot to this government. They say to whom much is given,
much is expected.
We are giving too much money to the governor.
And we should see it on ground.
Too much money to the governor, too much money to the ministers, too much money that we have given to them. We expect them to soak it into those infrastructures that will help us produce, not those infrastructures that are not really of any use. They are not bad.
No, they are not bad. But
they are not by priority.
That will help us to do business cheaper.
Yeah, by years, not by
we were in Kaduna the other day.
That's right.
We saw the road. It's bad. I mean, you can't take it away from there. Kaduna to Abuja here used to be like 1 hour 20 minutes, 1 hour 30 minutes max.
2 hours.
Now, before the road is bad. It's bad. Do you understand? There's nothing to praise there. It's not like as if we are winching.
You see, what people fail to realize is that this government came on board and floated the naira. So the so-called money you said you are giving to this government, what is the value of the naira today, it's still the same thing as that 350 you were talking about, if not less. So when you say you have 1 trillion naira, when you convert it to hard currency like dollar, it will fall as
no, we didn't fail. No, hold on. You see,
I'm not saying you failed. I'm saying that what the government, what they did to themselves.
So because now if they had remained, because some people are feeling the brunt.
Yes.
So if you know that when you make this change, because you're going to look at the equation.
Indices.
If I move this value forward and I get equivalent value, okay, like inflation has depleted it, I agree with you. I know where you're going. I agree completely. But now, what is the resultant effect on people? The people are suffering it. So if you know that people are going to suffer it without benefit, they shouldn't have done it. So when the people are suffering, when the people are suffering it, they are expecting a kind of benefit. It was your decision.
Yes.
Like you have always said, the governors had a lot of money. Yes, but I tell you, the governors were not the one that removed the subsidy.
No,
money just fall into the subsidy. So the inflation that was also propelled by the removal of this, because what you are very right with that. Let me tell you, the inflation, go and check the inflation when they came in.
You see, this is APC government. The APC government is a change government. The APC government is government that told Nigerians that they will make a naira the equivalent of $1. So they are working towards it. It's a work in progress. By the time they finish with Nigeria, there will be no food.
I will send Nigerians after you.
I think let me tell you, in as much as subsidy removal was something everybody was talking about, I think the implementation was very rascally done.
No. Let me see. This is beyond even the implementation. Excuse me. I don't think this government is a government that tried to save money. If fuel was 165, you increased it to you removed subsidy as it is, and fuel is now 900, for example. Now you said the money that we were using for subsidy before was about 700 naira. Am I correct? Now, where is the accumulation of this 700 naira? Now, if we have this accumulation of this 700 naira, then we now put the 700 naira together. Instead of few individuals enjoying it, we put it on road. We put it on electricity. We put it on flushing out security.
You see what this government is not taking very seriously is that this losing them by the dollar that we floated. This philosophy are only with, I always use the word educated, the elite who are interested. You see, an ordinary person is interested in his ability to produce more. From the day you took over to the day they say of the next election. You made the rules.
That's what they will judge you by.
That's what they will judge you by.
You see what people are now inviting your man to is everybody was clamoring for subsidy removal. But this is not the kind of subsidy removal Nigeria was clamoring for. Because you said everybody, yes. Because the kind of subsidy removal we're clamoring for, that plans will be put in place, like rightly said, so that the money that we gain from it, there's a plan already for it to be used. But this government came on board, removed subsidy. They don't have plan for the money that came out of it. All that came to their mind is to channel the money to the state governor. Whatever they do with it is immaterial.
It's their business.
So that is not the kind of subsidy removal we are talking about. First of all, that there are plans in place. Okay, we are going to, if we remove the, when Jonathan wanted to do it in 2013, there were plans for it. He started with what do you call it, sovereign wealth fund. The money will be put in there, and then
but it was also governors from this APC
that kicked against it. And the rest of it quite well was also planned.
I can't go beyond this on this particular time because I have Natasha in the house. She's back and now she's putting up bills. You see, we must separate. I don't know what to say now. Whether I'm angry with you with national matters. My anger with you, and if you bring a national matter, should not join us. It should not be what should judge us. If it's a national issue, it's a national issue. What Natasha said is that we have a lot of children in Libya in jail as a result of their mother and father being given birth to these children. Those children are Nigeria's children. We should look for a way of how to bring them back to Nigeria. And it's like everybody shut it down because Natasha was the one that said it.
First of all, I must thank Natasha for fighting for women, even when women didn't fight
for her.
Yes, I agree that people like Aisha Yusuf went with her to National Assembly. Mama P, just a few of them, but even the women in the NAS, we didn't see them. They say justice should not only be done, justice should also be seen as being done. Except they did it underground, we never saw them. So Natasha, we can see her voice once again. Nobody thought this thing should be done until Natasha is here to tell us that we have Nigerian women languishing in captivity in Libya, being exploited sexually, even getting them pregnant, treating them like slaves and whatnot. It's time for us to bring them back. Because if you trace why some of them left, it could be
economic reason.
Because of economic reason. They thought that it's going to be better there. Some of them went through the desert and all that. Natasha was bringing that motion to the floor. And upon presenting the motion, nobody could immediately second it. Not any of the PDP senators, not even the female senators, until the majority leader, I think Bamidele, of the APC, after a while. I've tried to not discuss this. Let us not look like we are making something out of nothing. Until a while had to come in. It's so sad that for somebody who have suffered this all this while, you are still attempting to treat the person with disdain, and the person is bringing what should, with the women there, their body should be boiling.
Yes,
I'm not trying to hold them to a corner to that, but again, women fighting for women, where does it happen? It's the only way you want to pull a woman out of her husband's house.
That's all.
Where is this woman supporting women? Where does it work? Where are they doing this? What she has brought to the house is about women. After presenting in no woman there, then the PDP senators, we didn't see them stand up. The motion was struggling, and that tradition must be observed before the debate of the
can be brought more.
You see, let me tell you, let's not get into this. This NAS, they have to search their hearts.
Philip, your views.
You see, when a house is, when people are gathered together, and somebody seems to be a person that is carrying a leprosy, what people do is that they all stay away from that person. This 10th assembly is a captured assembly, especially the Senate. So, and there's a clique. You don't know what could happen to you next. So you mind, what to do. Like I said yesterday, and most people in the Senate, they are there for themselves. And what is paramount to them is stomach infrastructure. They don't want to do anything that will tamper with what they will benefit as a sitting senator. Now, the issue of Natasha is a volatile issue. We know what went down the drain for the past 6 months. And now Natasha is back. Natasha said she will not apologize, and I've not seen anywhere where she apologized. So nobody want to associate his or herself with Natasha, so that it will be seen as against the leadership of the house. But what happened? Thank God, one of the people who had in charge of the Senate, who are controlling the Senate today, saw the potency of this motion, what it means to the Nigerian people, and stood up and seconded the motion, so that the normal tradition of the debating the motion can follow. We said it here when Natasha was away, that Natasha being shot from the Senate, it is not only a loss to Natasha herself, neither to the Kogi Central, but it's to the entire nation, because her contribution will produce, laws that will be of beneficial to the entire nation. I've said it here before, and I'll say it again, that look, I think Nigeria do not understand what the role of a legislator is. A legislator is to go in there to two things: to make good laws, to make laws for the good governance of the country, and to oversight the activities of the executive, checkmate the executive, not to bring home constituency project or empowerment. That's not their role. And that is what Natasha has gone to the Senate to do, because this is a serious issue. Nigerian women, young women, they are languishing in Libya's jail.
With their children.
With their children. Some have been exploited to the extent that they gave birth in prison. He is saying that this motion should be moved so that the Nigerian immigration can collaborate with the Libyan liberation to
bring those children
ensure
back.
that these people are being evacuated from the prison and brought back home. And nobody, not even the women, like he said, we have one or two, three women senators other than Natasha could not stand up. Is it that they don't know that this is going on in Libya to move the motion? And somebody had moved it, yours is just to stand up and second it. Not happen. Even in our own party, the so-called PDP, if nobody in the PDP in the Senate, what about the minority leader? Who happened to be? Because the role of the minority leader is the leader of the PDP minority in the House.
And I'm sure she must have circulated this motion she was going to move among those. Yes. In fact, she must have circulated among the.
If it wasn't in the table, it would not be called.
So, if the Senate president has taken the motion, why are you still afraid of standing up to second it? Is it that you are so lily-livered that you can't stand for yourself? Why are you in the Senate?
What are they afraid of? The Senate president is just a colleague. He's just first in line.
First among equal.
First in line.
Nobody can be Senate president.
Anybody among you can be Senate president.
It's so sad. So Natasha, anytime, any day, had my respect, because you hardly see people like that. It's expected as it's coming from the suspension or whatever the audition she had gone through, she will just remain and sit and collect her money. No, she still her usual self, vibrant, and speaking for the less privileged, the vulnerable.
And let me tell you, it's not like the problem she's bringing forth
is for her senatorial
or it's just for her senatorial district. It's for the entire Nigeria. It's for the entire. And let me tell you, people in those captivity, it is possible. Nobody from her constituency.
Exactly.
Well, all right, quickly, time is not too friendly with us. US Igbo group accuses Atiku of politicizing Kanu trial. Well, I don't know. The group doesn't really have a name, doesn't have a face. I don't think it's something we should give something to. Edo Assembly probes Clark for alleged age fortification. Well, age fortification, is this still a problem in Nigeria?
you know what is happening there is like he said it. If they don't want to, they will find something.
Okay, the clerk has fallen out of.
Yeah, I think something. It's not because he falsified his age, or is it just being a clerk for the first time? He's been with them. So just those Igbo clerk, I don't think they are very important issues, because those are witch hunting. That is giving a dog a bad name for you to
okay, defection. APC has done. What has APC done to put smile on Nigerian face that people are defecting according to Body Judge? I mean, what have they done? Can you say what they've done?
Yeah, you can't completely say APC has done nothing. I mean, there is still a country called Nigeria. First of all, ensuring that we are together is, we have to be a country before anything. Okay, the government is working whichever way they have been able to appeal to the people to be at peace, whether by narrative, by advocacy, or by force. So we are still a country. Two of us were just talking about an issue the other time, that politics is a game. You should allow people to play that game, because the consequences of not allowing people to play the game can lead to us not having a country we call our own. It's still not gotten to that point, but I encourage APC. If people are deciding on their own to jump ship and come to you, APC has no blame. But if APC by any means, by coercion, by any means, not what they are proud of, not in any means that they can't stand on and say boldly, this is what we did, APC should desist from that. Because it's easy to turn Nigeria to a quasi one-party system. But the end result can lead to what you had in Nepal, all this kind of nonsense. Because at a point, let me tell you, if this nonsense continues in opposition party and it gets to 2027, there is no any platform that is peaceful among all the opposition political parties where a candidate can stand election against Asiwaju. The Nigeria can implode. And we don't want that. Allow election. to allow the political space, let it free, simple, so that people can, so we can have a nation.
Yeah. All right. We don't have just one more. Your political party, the ADC, said it has cautioned the National Assembly. Okay, I'm talking about a political party, ADC.
No, ADC is not my party. ADC is nowhere.
You are just telling me now. They've cautioned the Assembly, National Assembly, and
where is the office? Where were they when they were doing the caution?
I know when they talk ADC, the matter that they preach for somewhere. They've cautioned the National Assembly that 2026 should not be a time for election. We should remain where we are. Philip, just briefly.
You know, when you look at that statement, there's a lot of sense and sense in that reasoning, because the truth is that it's not the date we are conducting an election that is the issue. I've always said it is the implementation of these laws that the implementers do not, implement the law the way it should be. And the ADC is saying that, look, it is not because we are conducting an election in February or March, that is why we are not getting it right. That by bringing it to December or November 20 wouldn't also make any difference if these things are not changed. We have said it here before, over and over again, that the laws we even have today, the electoral laws are today, if it's well implemented, it's enough to give us a transparent election. So that's what the ADC is saying in different form. So what it means is that, look, we need one good head for INEC to do the needful, to do the right thing. It is not today you will amend the electoral act, tomorrow we are, the ADC cited somebody, they even cited Kenya here, that their election is done and the court process is 14 days and it's done before swearing in. If that's what you are trying to achieve by bringing the date backward. They also mentioned Indonesia or India or something. So I can't help but to agree with the ADC on this that, look, it is not shifting the goalpost or whatever. What is important is to push for electoral reforms that will make sure it is not by date. It's one of those things to be transmission of electronically transmitted result from the polling unit to the central server. Yeah. As I'm casting my vote here, as I'm casting my vote in my village, it is being seen in Abuja that I have voted for SYZ party across the nation. That's what we'll be pushing for, so that we don't even need court. If the election is done transparently and is accepted by all, why do we need to go to court? Why do we need 6 months to do court?
The court system is an anomaly.
Let me be clear. Yeah. Let me be very, very clear. We usually conduct our elections February.
Yes.
And the next government starts May.
Yes.
A whopping 3 months.
Exactly.
If there is electronic that's just compulsory electronic transmission of results to be displayed publicly. Mind you, you know our implementers. You know I'm always saying you should do law for Africa. Because we say electronic transmission of results. The person in Omaya will say, I've electronically sent it to Mahmoud. No more Mahmoud now. Abamuche. Abamuche is here to be confirmed.
Yes.
Somebody in Omaya say, I've electronically sent it to Abamuche without displaying it publicly. How can you say that they didn't do it? So that displaying it as you are transmitting must be knowing the kind of people we are. So that is only what we need. Between March to February to March, if we are going to need judges, because we don't need that for anything. It's just to say what the whole world saw is also what I saw. Whether it's interlocutory injunction, all those nonsense and all those legal judgments.
I was also surprised to know that even most of the judges that are being put into these tribunals, they now juggle. People now
juggle for that position.
Of course, they are being
sad.
As we seated here, people are already struggling to the judges.
It's
among the judges who want to go for tribunal.
It's sad.
They are already struggling for it.
It's sad. Let me tell you, we don't need judges in our election. It's the people that should determine who leads.
And that's another money that is going down the drain. Well, the ripples of the pardon is not still going away so quickly. Of course, the parents of Sanda that was killed by the wife has come out to say that they are forgiving the woman, that it's okay if the president pardons her, but that's fine, you know. But the other one is Colonel Sambo, who was one of the military officers that was removed and court-martialed, was also one of the people that was pardoned. A known army officer that the military hierarchy tried to discipline was pardoned. How much?
You know, I think we've flogged this pardoning or not. Certain the president has the right of pardon.
Yes.
Some of the pardon may not sit well with everybody in Nigeria. You know, we just hope. That is why we say election have consequences. Election have consequences.
So whatever we choose
is going to go.
We'll live by it.
You know, live by it.
Okay, all right. We don't have much time. Thank you guys for